Now let me discuss one of the important topic in the accounting, that is so called as history and development of accounting. So speaking about the history of the accounting, the history of the accounting is as old as the civilization, and as far as the civilization is concerned, the civilization is having a great history, and it has rightly taken place in a city called as Egypt. To what extent the history of the civilization is old? Likely the history of accounting also. And if you see the seeds of accounting, they are first found in two important cities called as Babylonia and Egypt around 4000 before the death of the Christ. Why? Because if you see the accounting in Egypt and Babylonia, these two countries have adopted the accounting for their treasuries. And as we all know that the citizens of Egypt and Babylonia used to keep their gold and ornaments and other valuables in their treasuries. That is why these both countries called as the Babylonia and Egypt have adopted the accounting for their treasuries. And the person who is in charge of the treasury, he is to prepare the daily reports of the accounting, and that report is going to his superior called as wagiers, and that wagier is going to prepare the monthly reports, and thereafter they used to submit the same report to the kings of that respective state. But the thing is that the Babylonia in the past, which was well known for country of commerce, has lost the use and adoption of the accounting. Why? Because that country has incurred heavy financial losses due to frauds, due to inefficiency which has been seen in the country called as Babylonia. So that is the brief history of Egypt as well as the Babylonia. And thereafter, if you take the Greece country, actually the Greece people used to adopt the accounting for the recording receipts and payments of the revenues so earned by them. In the sense, when income are going to be earned by them, those are going to be shown as receipt side. When any kind of payments are going to be made, those are going to be shown at the payment side. Only for this purpose, the Greece people used to adopt and maintain the books of accounting. That is the status of accounting in a country called as Greece. And if you see the Romans have adopted the accounting for their day book. Day book in the sense, what all financial transactions which are going to be engaged by Rome people, those are going to be recorded in a day book, and they are going to separate into different heads called as receipts and payments at the end of every month. This is how the accounting has been adopted and maintained by the Rome people. And thereafter, if you take the case of China have adopted the accounting for their governmental accounting. It means that the accounting was so limited, so restricted, so adopted by only by the government departments in a country called as China, which was seen around 2000 before death of the Christ. And as far as Indian context, the accounting has go back to 23 centuries. A person called as Kautilya, being the member in the Chandragupta kingdom, has written Arthashastra, has written the book called as the Arthashastra. In that Arthashastra book, the Kautilya has highlighted the relevance as well as the importance of accounting as far as accounting to the context of India. And later, Luca Paciolio, the Franciscan Frank in the sense one of the class of the merchant member, has written the first book called as Summa de Arithmetica Geometrica Proportionate and Proportionality in a country called as Venice in the year 1494. In that book, he has rightly been introduced the concept of double entry bookkeeping, and thereafter the same person called as Luca Paciolio has spread the relevance as well as the importance of accounting throughout the world. And that Luca Paciolio has used the terminology called as the debit and the credit. Actually, the debit comes from Italian terminology called as debito, from Italian debita or debio, which means which is owed to the owner or the proprietor, and another terminology called as the credit comes from Italian terminology called as credito, from Latin credita or credio, which means which is owed by the proprietor. Thereafter, the Luca Paciolio has successfully introduced the real positive effects of maintaining the double entry system of bookkeeping, and he also traced that every debtor has corresponding creditor also. That is why if you are making an entry of debtor, he will be another side creditor also, and if you are making the entry of creditor, he will be having corresponding debtor also. And later, the same person has introduced some other concepts and elements of journals, ledgers, memorandum, and other financial statements, how they are going to be prepared and presented by every business organization. And to the present context of India, if you see, every business organizations nowadays are going to maintain some important books called as the journals, as well as they are going to prepare the ledger accounts, and apart from that they is to maintain the day book as well as the cash book, and apart from that some important finance statements are going to be prepared by each and every business organizations which are going to be seen in India. So this is the brief history as well as the development of accounting. So here, after discussing these elements, what you need to understand is the history of accounting is as old as the civilization, and it was having the real roots or seeds in two cities called as the Babylonia and Egyptian country around 4000 before the death of Christ. And thereafter Babylonia has lost the relevance of accounting because it has incurred the financial losses, and thereafter the relevance of accounting has been seen in a country called as Greece, Romans, another country called as the China. The history of the history of accounting in case of China is as old as 2000 before death of the Christ. And as far as Indian context is concerned, the accounting was rightly been highlighted in a book called as Arthashastra, which has been written by the Kautilya, a minister in Chandragupta. And later the Franciscan Frank Luca Paciulia, one of the well-known name in accounting. Why? Because he has rightly introduced a book on the accounting called as the Summa de Arithmetica Geometrica Proportionate at Proportionality in a country called as the Venice in 1494. And he only made some efforts to spread the relevance as well as the importance of accounting around the world, and he successfully used the concept of debit and credit, and later he only introduced some corresponding elements of the accounting called as maintaining the journals, ledgers, day book, cash book, and how to prepare some of the important financial statements of the business organization. So these many elements that you have to keep in mind and need to understand so as to understand the history as well as the development of accounting is concerned. Okay, with this I want to conclude my slide. Thank you.